Hey guys, I'm going to prepare for you a delicious kale salad, and this is one of those kind of foods that once you try it, you're going to probably want to make it regularly. Like at first it sounds kind of like, oh, boring, salad, but actually this is one of the best, delicious, most amazing salads you can make. Just cut up the kale here and make it look like really small and put it into the bowl. And then the next ingredient we're going to add, and you can mix this up, but this is just the one I'm creating today. We're going to add the sprouts. So I have this yummy sprout salad. It has a mixture of different kinds of sprouts. And I really love broccoli sprouts, and this has broccoli, daikon radish, sunflower, pea, lentil, and clover sprouts. So this is a yummy mix. And so we're just going to put, a little bit of sprouts in here, and actually, we can actually put these in later too, because what we want to do before we get to adding too much into the salad, we want to add some olive oil onto the kale, because the olive oil is going to be one of the components that's going to help soften it up. So we're going to just put a little bit of olive oil. And the cool thing about eating really healthy and on the 3-stage program that I created is that you're allowed to eat as much, not as much, but you're allowed to eat a good amount of oil and healthy fats, and we really encourage that. And most people, they try to steer away from fat and stuff, but actually when you consume the right kind of fat, your body feels like it's getting the kind of fat that it needs, so it's able to let go of all the body fat that it's holding on to. So it actually helps you to lose fat when you eat the right kind of fat. And that's a lot of times people are confused about that, and there's a misconception about consumption of fat versus losing weight and losing fat. So eating the right kind of fat at the right time with the right combinations and stuff is really, really key to having a lean, fit, healthy body and your digestion operating optimally and everything like that. So olive oil gets a thumbs up for sure. Try to get an organic one, get one that's light and expeller pressed and stuff like that. Those are all really important. And then you can choose what kind of vinegar you want to put. We're going to have an olive oil and vinegar kind of dressing. I have 3 right here. This is a red wine vinegar, and this is organic. It says oak aged from Napa Valley. It's kind of like a wine, It's a red wine vinegar from California. So that one's really nice if you like that kind of flavor. And then I also have here, which is this is apple cider vinegar, so that's another option that you could go for. And apple cider vinegar has a lot of health benefits. I definitely recommend that you Google apple cider vinegar and really do your research on that one as well, because that could change your life. Try to include it every day. But it does have a really powerful flavor. So if you're thinking like, I want to have something that's really delicious and things like that, olive oil is really nice with a lighter flavored vinegar. The apple cider vinegar has a really distinct flavor, and so you might want to include it maybe in a different item or just drink it by itself, or if you can get used to the flavor, put it on all your salads. It's a great way to get it into your daily intake. And then I've showed you guys this before. This is my Chinese medicine dressing. Secret ingredient is that it's called shu wu qi, and it is a Chinese cooking wine, herbal, and it's really great. It's supposed to be really great for your adrenals. So I think we're going to include this into our dressing today because it's got a really distinct flavor. It's a dark wine. It's from China. It's like, don't put too much, just put a little. It's going to be great. And then you can put more later if you feel like you need more. And then we're going to put some of this Bragg's liquid aminos. And one person had actually wanted me to make sure that I let you guys all know that Bragg's, although it does say it has a low sodium compared to salt or compared to other soy, it's actually not that much lower. I mean, the truth is it's still a sodium product. So you don't want to just go dumping like a gallon of this onto everything just because you think it's like lower sodium. Still think moderation is the key, always, no matter what. So, you got to look at it. The serving size is a half a teaspoon. So use a half a teaspoon. That could be like 4 squirts instead of, 4 tablespoons and, whatever. So you want to make sure. Have moderation with everything you do, and you will always be healthy. So that, yum. And now we could include some fresh garlic, which I would really recommend. It's wonderful. But I'm just going to include right now some powdered garlic. It's nice. It's actually very light. And what I like about powdered garlic is that you can just sprinkle it on. You just use a little. Sometimes with fresh garlic, you get these kind of like bigger chunks, and then you end up like really biting down, which is awesome, and it's really healthy for you, and it's definitely better for you than the powdered. But as far as a seasoning, and we're trying to keep this nice and light, just a little sprinkle of powdered garlic is awesome here. And then we're going to include just a little bit of pine nuts. So, you don't need a lot, just kind of a small handful, because pine nuts are one of those things. They're definitely in the seed family or nut family, so they have a lot of fat, but it's a good fat. You just want to include a few, and that includes some more good fats for you. And then we're going to put some little cherry sugar plum grape tomatoes. And you could actually cut these up, but they're so small and adorable and delicious that they're small enough that you could pop them in your mouth. But, so, just put like a small handful of those. If this is just for one individual, we're just making a single serving salad, then we're just using small amounts. If you're making this for your whole family, of course, you gotta adjust the serving sizes from what I'm telling you here. We're also gonna include just a little bit of goji berries, because goji berries are so delicious, and it's nice to include a little bit of dried fruit. This is a superfood, antioxidant kind of dried fruit, so just put a little bit of goji berries. And I'm going to also just put a few pumpkin seeds, and that's just kind of, pumpkin seeds are great for everything, but really they've been touted to have great benefits into your hair growth. And so people who kind of are losing their hair might want to have, because of the minerals and stuff that are in pumpkin seeds, and they have a lot of other nutrients. You can learn more about those in the 3-stage diet program. I have a whole book about that, and each one I broke down. It tells you the nutrients that you can find in all of these delicious fruits and vegetables. Now, what we have here is the salad, and it's pretty much finished. The only thing else, you could put, there's a couple things that you could put in here. You could put tofu or tempeh. I don't really eat tofu that much anymore. It's like I ate tofu a lot of my life, and it's just so much controversy around tofu and saying that it's kind of like too much soy is not good for you, and there's really no non-genetically modified versions of soy left in the world anymore, hardly. So it's really sad, but that's where we're at. So I don't really eat tofu too much. But I do eat tempeh, because when they ferment the soy product, it actually makes it a little bit better for digestion and stuff. So sometimes I'll put tempeh. You could definitely put hemp seeds in this. If you're the type of person that still eats fish or whatever, you can put some fish after. But really, hemp seeds is the best source of protein that you can get in a vegan source. It's great for the earth, and it's great for your body. I recommend that above everything else, really. And then the last ingredient, you could put two things. I would recommend a little bit of nutritional yeast. And if you're not the type of person that kind of like understands all of these different ingredients, you're going to want to register for the 30-day yoga challenge and learn about the 3-stage diet program and all the ingredients I'm talking about. So one of them is nutritional yeast, and I have a whole thing about this in there. It has tons of B vitamins, and it's just like a seasoning. You can sprinkle it on the top. And actually, it has a lot of protein as well. So this has tons of protein, B vitamins, and it has a little bit of fiber as well. So that's always really good as a seasoning on the top. And the last ingredient that I would include for you here, if you have it, avocado. I mean, the thing is, you could always just keep adding stuff, and just keep going and going and going. You don't need to, though, and that's what you need to remember. Simplicity sometimes is better than complexity. But if you have a little avocado, these things are so good. And sometimes it can really make the difference between like a pretty good salad and like an amazing, delicious, amazing like meal that you can't wait to eat every single day. So find those ingredients for you that do that for you, and then you'll start to see that you'll look forward to eating healthy every day. I'm just going to put a little bit. I just cut it up into these little chunks. Put a little bit of avocado, maybe a tiny bit more sprouts, and voila, there's our delicious salad. Enjoy.